Hello, my spirited living community. Just by virtue of the fact that you're watching this, if not live, then at some point means you're part of my community. You're a spirited soul. So welcome, welcome. I am Deborah Roth. Oh my gosh, Carolyn, how are you? Oh, it's so wonderful to see you and Allison. Look at all those hearts. I love it. Matches my mood today, I have to say. I just came back from a walk through Central Park with one of my dearest, oldest friends, catching up, and everything is in bloom, and it's perfect for what we're doing today, which is celebrating Flora, the Roman goddess of spring and flowers, and I'll talk about her in a minute. Let me give you my usual, not disclaimers, but just kind of overview of what we do here every week. Where we honor the divine feminine in ourselves, in the world, and really are committed here to bringing back that energy, the upside of the divine feminine. Yes, we so need it to be in balance with the divine masculine, but in a patriarchy, which this world still very much is, to honor those very distinctive divinely feminine qualities, like our emotions, our intuition, honoring our bodies, and through our bodies, our connection to nature. And of course, this time of year, nature's bursting out all around us. So it's really just a delight. I've had so much fun. I have fun looking up so many of these goddesses. I've heard of most of them that I feature here, but some I know more than others. And so it's always fun to do a little research and find out what I don't know and find new chants, because I love to sing and I always share those with you. So today is Flora, and if we lived in ancient Rome right now, the Romans started to do this around 240 BCE. They celebrated Floralia to honor Flora. And they did that by, it was a celebration of the spring, and they would they dress up in fancy, colorful clothes to mirror the colors of the flowers, and they'd go to outdoor performances, and they would make special offerings. They would pour honey and wine at the temple of Flora so that she would protect the blossoms. Now, depending on where you are in the world, things are bursting out all over here in New York City. But I was just on a Zoom call yesterday with a friend up in Maine, and not so much is bursting yet, just a few daffodils. But I have to throw a little bit of technology in here. Peter, my husband, just showed me the coolest app called Picture This, where you can take a picture of the blossoms in honor of Flora during Floralia here, and it will tell you immediately what it is. And I love trees. Those of you that know me know that I'm one of those tree hugger types. So I've been going around clicking at all these blossoms that I wasn't quite sure what they were. So it's Picture This, and it's the plant version or something. So we want to honor Flora, and this time, so starting on February 28th, which is today, and going through May 3rd, which, not coincidentally, I'm sure, is also encompasses May Day, what we know today as May Day, which in the Celtic lands of old Europe, it was known as Beltane. In the Teutonic Germanic countries, I always mess up the pronunciation of this, it was Walpurgis Morg, something like that. Apologies to my German friends out there. In Hawaii, it was known as Lay Day. And May Day, to this day, is probably one of those better known seasonal holy days, the cross-quarter days, which I've talked about here. Groundhog's Day being one, or Imbolc, the Celts called it. May Day, and then in the middle of the summer, one that we don't hear much about, which I always acknowledge, is Lammas, which is kind of like the first Thanksgiving, is a harvest holiday. And then what we know as Halloween, or Samhain, as it was known in the Celtic lands. So we're at May Day, and I actually have memories as a kid of a big maypole set up in front of my elementary school, and we would dance the maypole. And the energy behind that was not really much for elementary school, grade school kids, because May Day originally, Beltane, was a time for honoring the earth's fecundity and fertility, and by extension, our lustiness, our sexuality. And if you remember, if you know the musical Camelot, there's a wonderful song in there that captures it. It's May, the lusty month of May, the merry month when everyone goes blissfully astray, something like that. And that really captures that exuberant, it really is kind of this sympathetic magic, if you will, of flowers bursting out all over the place. And the idea with the maypole, and this is why it wasn't necessarily so grade school related, is it was the ultimate phallic symbol planted in the earth mother. And as couples would weave their way around it, they would get closer and closer. Their ribbons would get closer and closer so that they would get close enough to kiss each other. And then the idea was that they would run off into the woods and make whoopee and fertilize the land as they were fertilizing each other. And it was considered very auspicious if you had a child as a result of one of those whoopee making sessions. And that's where we get May kings and May queens and May baskets, to celebrate the fertility of the land and to ask for the summer to bring light and heat to help things grow. They would jump over a bell fire. They jump over big bonfires. So it's this time of year is just, it really is a time for us to acknowledge how we're expanding and growing and moving outward perfectly in time, very poignantly with what's happening as we are, at least in this country, slowly starting to move out from the pandemic. So it's exuberant. And we can use some exuberance right now. And I've tried to highlight a lot of these, these sexual, sensual goddesses in this time of year, especially because it is. I mean, we really are mirroring what's going on in the natural world as well. So, is there any other fun things I want to let you know about? So let's honor Flora. We're in the midst of her celebration right now, and I actually found this very sweet chant that I hadn't heard before, and I love it because it's very evocative of the snow, if you will, that happens when all these blossoms from the apple trees. I've got crab apples across the street in Riverside Park, and Japanese cherry trees and red buds. I'm now learning the names of them all. But this was a song that was meant to be sung to celebrate the apple blossoms. And they talk about it being like snow, the snowy May. And it goes like this. Let's see if I can remember the tune. Here's a branch of snowy May, a branch the fairies gave me. Would you like to dance today with the branch the fairies gave me? Dance away, holding high the branch of May. Dance away, holding high the branch of May. Wasn't that fun? I gotta sing that one again. A little bit higher maybe. Here's a branch of snowy May, a branch the fairies gave me. Would you like to dance today with the branch the fairies gave me? Dance away, holding high the branch of May. Dance away, holding high the branch of May. So, I wish you a beautiful Floralia. Please go out and just stick your nose in some daffodils, and some tulips are coming up, and some of those flower trees, and honor the season turning, honor the fact that life and beauty and color is coming back, both literally and metaphorically. And enjoy this time of Floralia. Oh, hello, Diane. How lovely. Thank you so much all for being with me. I can't remember off the top of my head who we're doing next week, but come back. I tend to do this on Wednesdays at 5, but sometimes it gets moved around depending on my schedule, so be on the lookout. And I'd love to hear your stories of your May celebrations. Namaste. Have a beautiful week. Bye for now.